Hi there, Gemini. Welcome to your February 2024 tarot reading. It's Raina here, doing a different type of spread. Just picking 4 cards for February. Okay. So some of the themes and energies for February. If you're interested in astrology, I already have the February reading out. Kind of late with these, but better late than never, I guess. The first card I have here is the Tower. I did get this for another card, and there's a lot of Uranian, Aquarian energy here. Your Uranus has gone direct. I'm recording this on the last day of January, and Aquarius, Uranus, the ruler of Aquarius, this is energy that it can be unpredictable. And so something may come out of left field, but the Tower card to me sometimes can also be love at first sight. Somebody who meets someone. Also, Aquarius can be very intuitive, and you're bam, you know that person is your soulmate, or that you're meant to be with that person, and you're not even allowing that intellect to filter into it. You're just kind of like it's like a sudden psychic hit. Now, the Uranian energy for you is in the 9th house, so who knows? Maybe there is some kind of a travel situation that or opportunity that arises that you may be, there might be something that you want to do. This is a very expansive house, the 9th house. But yeah, it's always possible with this because of the eclipse season. I'm doing videos on how the eclipses affect each sign. And even in the month of February, you may feel the eclipse in Libra. And that is in your 5th house of romance. It's a lunar eclipse. So that could be love at first sight for sure for Gemini individuals. And, it's interesting because the other card that I got here next to it is the 10 of Wands, which can be somebody in the workplace having to really pick up the slack. Or maybe they get a promotion, but then they have to do twice as much work longer hours. So these two cards together, I feel like it might be a situation where you do have some kind of sudden successful thing happen, but just be aware of what that cost can be. Like if you kind of have a breakthrough career-wise, even if you have your own business, maybe you go viral, if you have an online business and all of a sudden you have all these orders, but you're like, how can I fill all these orders? I'm only one person. Or then you have to, hire other people to help you. And it might be very difficult sometimes. So this is, the interesting thing about success is that sometimes it can weigh us down. So we have to, take the good with the bad. But it might be a situation too where you feel this sense of release when it comes to love, where something is building up and you no longer have to be that 10 of Wands person. Maybe you were putting in most of the energy in the relationship, and now that's no longer the case. Because we also have the Sun card here, and this is a card of joy. The Ten of Wands, it can be very good for your career, but again, there might be a certain burden that's attached to it. The Sun card is about fun and joy, uh, and children are associated with the Sun card, creativity, abundance. So, um, something, these cards, I'm just reading them down the row, but if I take them almost like chronologically, you might have this shock to the system that allows you to let go of something that was oppressive, that was really a lot of work. Sometimes people are a lot of work, and we don't even realize it until we're out of that situation. The Sun card is love. Maybe there's new love for you, but joy for life instead of maybe, for somebody who was trying to become successful in their career. If they lost their job, like if you have lost your job, uh, Gemini, and you're trying to cope with that, there in February, and you may suddenly feel a sense of joy. And I have experienced this myself in a different area of life where sometimes there's like this shock to your system, even if you created a situation and you couldn't take, because the Tower card is like, something has to give. I can't take this anymore. And even if you like initiated a situation, you could still feel like shock about it after the fact because you're like, what did I just do? I just left my relationship. Oh my gosh, I was there for 10 years. And it may be like kind of scary at the beginning. And then one day you wake up and you're in bliss. And that's what happened to me. And it happened a lot sooner than just, months or a year later. It happened quite quickly. And it was amazing because it was like going from, this horrible feeling to something that felt so good. And it was almost like when you have an addiction and you go through the detox, and then after the fact, you feel really good in your body because you've rid yourself of something that was really dragging you down, but you didn't know that you could get away from it. And the Tower card can be some outer event that helps you to get away from a certain oppressive situation. And then the Four of Cups, and this can be like, in some cases, if someone is trying to get back in your good graces, you're not having it. And there may be a very good reason for that, because sometimes the Tower card can be some kind of a shock to the system. You find out the secret that somebody has done something, and you're not, at first you may be like, oh my gosh, I want to stay in this situation. And then you realize, no, I don't. Even in the workplace, I think it's human nature to want to cling to the known situation because we're so scared of the unknown. But then after we work it out, if, that does happen sometimes where somebody gets fired and then the employer, comes crawling back. And you might have been, if that employer had contacted you a day after they fired you, you might have come back. But now you're like, screw that. I don't want that in my life. And you realize that it was toxic all along. You just were so, in that state where you weren't really understanding that there were alternatives or how bad it was. The Ten of Wands, that can be something that, putting too much responsibility on a person, and that can affect them adversely down the line. So you may have dodged a bullet, to tell you the truth. So I hope that this resonated with you, Gemini. If you would like a private reading, the link is below. Take care. Bye.